Geo Brags, doing the geography and also the brags, yeah.
This role fits him.
Woo-hoo-hoo!
Like a glove even.
Oh yes, there he is.
Is that a ladle?
Mr. Brax himself.
Mr. Brax!
Welcome back to the Global Cities Tournament 2024! As always, I am your host, Geo Brax, and we are cooking up quite an episode here. This is episode number 15, the final episode of the second round. After this, we will be down to the final 32 cities. Who's ready for the previews?
We have the number 4 overall seed London, England, the final English city alive in the Global Cities Tournament 2024. In GC 2020, London made it all the way to the final, but London struggled in the first round here, only advancing past Ankara in the 5th category on the basis of having better landmarks like the Tower Bridge. London will be facing Tianjin from China. Tianjin made up for a first round exit in GC 2020 by defeating Kyiv in a sweep in the first round here. Number 72, Abu Dhabi from the United Arab Emirates is the second Emirati city here in the second round. Abu Dhabi is certainly pleased not to have faced Paris in the first round of this tournament. Abu Dhabi got to show off its true potential in a first round sweep of Philadelphia. Up next for Abu Dhabi is the sole representative and capital city of Hungary that is number 99 ranked Budapest, a city trying to get back to the third round for the second straight tournament. In the opening round, Budapest snuck past the number 22 seed Jakarta in a 5th category. Specifically, Budapest advanced because of its wonderful landmarks, including the Parliament building. Number 18 overall seed Shenzhen is the sole remaining city from Guangdong province in China after Guangzhou fell in the first round. Shenzhen made up for its first round exit in GC 2020 by sweeping Nairobi in the first round of GCT 24. Can Shenzhen keep it going? To do so, Shenzhen will have to defeat another city that has never made it to the third round. That is Munich from Bavaria in Germany, the number 58 ranked city. Munich defeated Mecca in the first round. Number 42 ranked Buenos Aires is the sole representative from Argentina in this tournament. After a disappointing first round exit in GC 2020, Buenos Aires have finally advanced to the second round after defeating Oslo in a 5th category in this tournament. Buenos Aires owe a debt of gratitude to the nearby city of El Tigre for winning it the category of best day trip. Lucky number 13 seed Chicago from the United States and the state of Illinois is looking to get back to the third round for the second straight tournament. Chicago defeated Tehran in a sweep in the first round of GCT 24.
London versus Tianjin. 2. Three. 4. 15. 5. Extra. 17. In the first matchup of the day here in Quadrant 4, we have the number 4 overall seed and the final remaining city from England. That is London. The returning finalists will be taking on the first of the 4 Chinese cities we will see in today's episode. That is Tianjin. And my dear friend Not Rick has given the first category as Healthcare Index. In London it is 67.3. In Tianjin it is 73.8, a 1-0 lead to Tianjin. Second category is which city has the number of rainy days per year closest to the target score of 120? In London, it is 167 rainy days per year. In Tianjin, it is 73 rainy days per year, which means they're both exactly 47 days away from the target. So they drew the rainy days somehow. Okay, third category. Highest density. Tianjin, 1,200 humans per square kilometer. In London, 5,598 per square kilometer. We're tied at 1 after 3 categories. The fourth category is carbon emissions per capita. London is 16th overall in total emissions. Tianjin, 25th overall. 10.4 tons of carbon dioxide emitted per person. In London, 9.0 in Tianjin. A 2-1 lead. Is London going down? Extra category is quality of living ranking. London, 45th. Tianjin, unranked? Oh, how are we gonna solve this?
I don't know, you tell me.
Well, the other 13 Chinese cities on the quality of living ranking range from 109th to 183rd. So we're gonna give it to London, which means after 5 categories, we're tied at 2. Subjectivity category 5. Not Rick has decided it's going to be Best Stadium. In London, this could have been Wimbledon Centre Court. It could have been the Emirates Stadium. It could have been the new Wembley Stadium. But in Tianjin, it is for sure the Tianjin Olympic Center. It's shaped like a water drop over a moat, which is pretty cool. It seats 60,000 people, but it has a running track around the middle. You know we don't like that here on GeoBrax. And in London, the best stadium is actually determined to be Lord's Cricket Ground, first used in 1814. The oldest remaining structure, the 1890 Victorian Pavilion. There's a weather vane named Father Time from 1926. The media center looks like a UFO landed at Lord's in 1999. The stadium's hosted 7 World Cup finals, and it's about to host London for the 3rd round. Abu Dhabi versus Budapest. 9. 14. 11. 13. 4. Extra. 4. On now, we have the second Emirati city to appear in the second round. That is the national capital of Abu Dhabi taking on the sole representative from Hungary, Budapest. First category is which city has the highest ranked university on the U.S. News Report. Well, we have the Eötvös Loránd University in Budapest taking on the Khalifa University of Science and Technology. 662nd for the Khalifa University and 368th for Loránd University. 1-0 to Budapest. Second category is given by Not was the Happy City Index. 113th against 122nd. And Abu Dhabi is tied at 1. The third category, Most Visited Museum. We have the Budapest Museum of Fine Arts taking on the Louvre, Abu Dhabi. The Louvre, Abu Dhabi gets 1.25 million visits per year against 821,000. Abu Dhabi on the verge of the 3rd round, a 2-1 lead. The 4th category is total Michelin stars. And they both have them. There are only 12 in total. How is it split? Glad you asked. It's 4 in Abu Dhabi, 8 in Budapest, which means, yet again, Category 5 alert! Category 5! Best Nature!
Cat 5, Cat 5.
Yeah, Budapest. Probably wishes there were best landmarks again, but it's not, so the Városliget City Park. On the Danube River, we also have the Margit-sziget, Margaret's Islands. I mean, Danube River has been corralled by engineering. Városliget, a very well manicured city park. But in Abu Dhabi, we have the Al Waba Wetland Preserve, the Jubail Mangrove and Mangrove Marine National Park. Close by, accessible, natural nature. So it's got to go to Abu Dhabi. Abu Dhabi's got to go to the third round. Shenzhen versus Munich. 14. One. $15. $5. $3. That's right. $8. Here we have the number 18 overall seed from the province of Guangdong, the second Chinese city of this episode, the 5th in the second round so far. Shenzhen taking on the 4th of the 4 German cities in the second round. That's going to be Munich from Bavaria. The first category is the Happy City Index. Munich in 10th in the entire world. Shenzhen unranked, however, didn't really seem fair to let them off the hook that easily. The 4 Chinese cities on the Happy City Index all finished between 174th and 249th. So we're going to give it to Munich, 1-0 lead. Second category is Crime Index, and wow, someone's about to steal this category because they both have very low numbers, 27.0, 21.0. In Munich, you have 2-0. The third category is which city has the fewest carbon emissions per capita. In Munich, there are 7.2 tons of carbon dioxide released per person. In Shenzhen, 5.9 tons. They avoid the sweep. Category 4 incoming. Whose major airport is closest to the city center? SZX Airport in Shenzhen, 35.4 kilometers away. And MUC Airport in Munich, 32.9 kilometers away. The Bavarians have won, and they're going to the third round. Buenos Aires versus Chicago. 6. 2. 8. 1. 3. Extra. 5. We have ourselves quite the matchup here. The capital and sole representative from Argentina, Buenos Aires, taking on the number 13 seed, the 7th of the 8 American cities in the second round, from Illinois, Chicago. First category is gross domestic product per capita. As you might imagine, it's going to go to the American city, $101,209 per capita. Buenos Aires, $14,108. Second category is most species of birds. Well, Abbey Base did not have Chicago by itself. It has Cook County at 412. Buenos Aires City proper has 402. However, if we're going to give Cook County, we got to give Buenos Aires Province 461, beats 412, we're tied at 1. Third category is the combined heights of the 3 tallest buildings. Chicago, you're up 2-1, but we'll do the math for you anyway. Willis Tower, Trump International Hotel and Tower, and the St. Regis Hotel, a combined height of a kilometer plus 228 more meters. Buenos Aires, the tallest buildings are the Alvear Tower, Torre Cavia, and Renoir Dos. 583 meters combined, respectable. Put you down 2-1. Fourth category is crime index. A South American city against an American city. This is going to be ugly. 63.5 against 66.3. And Buenos Aires with the lower number. We're going to the fifth category again. Best landmarks. And there is nothing to choose between these two cities. They both have many landmarks. The Hancock Center, Buckingham Fountain, Navy Pier, Recoleta Cemetery, Casa Rosada, Teatro Colón, Willis Tower, the Du Sable Bridge, the Magnificent Mile, El Obelisco, Puente de la Mujer, La Bombonera, and of course, the biggest draws, El Caminito de la Boca against Cloud Gate, the Bean. All in all, the landmarks are actually pretty equal, but in Chicago they're closer together and it's easier to walk down the Magnificent Mile and see more magnificent things in a smaller space. So, for that reason, Chicago to the third round.
Number 73 ranked Rio de Janeiro from Rio de Janeiro State in Brazil has made it to the second round for the first time in its tournament history. In the first round, Rio de Janeiro upset the number 12 seed Moscow in a fifth category on the back of having a better stadium, namely the Maracanã. The next challenge in the way of Rio is the number 36 ranked city of Hangzhou from Zhejiang province in China. Hangzhou made it to the third round of the previous tournament and are looking to get back there after a sweep in the first round of Cairo. Number 29 ranked but unseeded Boston from Massachusetts in the United States has made it to the second round for the first time ever. In the first round, Boston defeated Lahore and are looking for more. Boston will have to continue against another city from the subcontinent. That is number 20 seed Mumbai from the Indian state of Maharashtra. Mumbai has made it back to the second round for the second consecutive tournament after having defeated Glasgow in a fifth category in the first round. Mumbai advanced due to its great city slogan of "Where there is Dharma, there shall be victory," and its great city nickname of Maximum City. Number 31 seed Sydney from the Australian state of New South Wales made it all the way to the round of 16 in GC 2020. Sydney faced an opening test against Marseille and advanced only in the fifth round on the back of having better nature, such as Bondi Beach. Number 97 Geneva in Switzerland is one of the smaller cities in this tournament, but it has advanced to the second round for the second straight tournament. Geneva snuck past Manila in the first round in the fifth category due to its city slogan of "After the darkness, the light," and also its nickname of Peace Capital. Number 109 ranked Fukuoka from the Japanese island of Kyushu made its debut in a Global Cities tournament in the first round against Miami. Fukuoka survived in 5 categories thanks to having better landmarks than Miami does, specifically the Hakozaki Shrine. The final Japanese city left in this tournament will be taking on the number 5 overall seed Beijing, China, in just the second intracontinental matchup of the 32 matchups in the second round. Beijing made it to a semifinal in GC 2020, and they got off to a hot start in GCT 24 by sweeping debutantes Stuttgart.
Rio de Janeiro versus Hangzhou.
This bracket ain't big enough for the two of us.
Four. $17. $15. $6. $3. Extra. $4. In this matchup, we have the third of the 3 Brazilian cities here in the second round. That is Rio de Janeiro from Rio de Janeiro State taking on the 6th of the 7 Chinese cities here in the second round. That is Hangzhou from Zhejiang Province. The first category is given by Not Rigged. It's rent cost versus purchasing power. In Hangzhou, the purchasing power is 204.6% higher than in Rio de Janeiro. The rent cost is barely higher. It's 3.5%. Negligible. 1-0 lead to Hangzhou. Category the second is the quality of living ranking. Hangzhou's not on it. So we're going to go to the third category, carbon emissions per capita. Hangzhou, middle of the pack, it seems, for the cities in this tournament at 7.0 tons of carbon dioxide emitted per inhabitant. Rio de Janeiro, remarkably low, 1.8 tons of carbon dioxide per capita. We are tied at 1 after 3 categories, going to the fourth, which is gross domestic product per capita. $22,320 in Hangzhou against an unimpressively low total this time for Rio. $10,084. Hangzhou on the verge of the third round, up 2-1. The extra category is highest population density. 5,526 people per square kilometer in Rio de Janeiro. In Hangzhou it is 1,300, and yet again this episode we're going 5. It keeps happening. It keeps happening. Subjectivity! Best landmarks! Yeah. Rio de Janeiro has Christ the Redeemer, Ipanema Beach, Copacabana Beach, the Escadaria Celarón, and of course Palm de Açúcar. Hangzhou, we're going to say what you have. Westlake, pretty cool. Leifei, Pagoda, the Lingyan Temple. But it's Rio de Janeiro, man. We didn't even talk about the Arcos de Lapa. I guess we did now. To the third round! Boston versus Mumbai. 6. 1. $14. 12. Here we have one of the two cities ranked in the top 32 that was not given a seed. That is number 29, Boston from Massachusetts, the 8th and final U.S. city here in the second round, taking on the number 20 seed from the state of Maharashtra, Mumbai, the final of the two Indian cities in the second round, and the country's last hope for the championship of the Global Cities Tournament 2024. First category is gross domestic product per capita. Yeah, it's $1,086 in Mumbai and $116,654 in the Boston metropolitan area. Okay, second category, crime index. Well, that should work out for the Indian city, right? Right? 44.8, pretty good. There's no way an American city. 41.3? Are we sure Boston's in the United States? Anyhow, 2-0 lead. Third category is the Happy City Index. Mumbai's not on it. Boston's in 38th. But then we went to the World Happiness Report, and Mumbai's 180th out of 186. Boston, 23rd. And that is a sweep. That is the end of India's participation, but Boston to the third round. Sydney versus Geneva. 17. 8. 11. 6. 2. Extra. 15. 31 seed Sydney, New South Wales, Australia is the second of the two Aussie cities here in the second round, taking on the final remaining city from Switzerland. That is Geneva. First category from Not Rigged. Quality of living ranking. It's a great one for Sydney. 9th place. Too bad you're down 1-0 because Geneva's in 5th. Them's the breaks, guys. Second category is the combined height of the three tallest buildings in the city. Well, in Geneva, you have Site du Lignon, large tower, Site du Lignon, small tower, and the Union Internationale des Télécommunications. Yeah, the tallest building is only 91 meters. 231 meters in combined height, loses to all three of the tallest buildings in Sydney individually. Crown Sydney, Salesforce Tower, One Sydney Harbour, 781 meters combined. We're tied one category apiece. Most visited museum, and it's another blowout for Sydney. The Art Gallery of New South Wales, 1.95 million visitors per year. Against 250,000 for the Museum of the History of Science. So Sydney, two blowouts. Up 2-1, fourth category, gross domestic product per capita in Sydney, 73,711, and yet we're going to the fifth category again. 109,457 for Geneva. And despite getting crushed in two categories, we're going to have to decide this on the best day trip for Sydney. It is the Blue Mountains in Katoomba, where you can see the Katoomba Falls. You can ride the scenic skyway. You can go to the town of Leuda, see the Three Sisters. You can go see the Aboriginal Heritage Museum. And in Geneva, you're crossing the border into France, you're going to Chamonix. But then you get a way more picturesque city than you do in Katoomba. And you can also see Mount Blanc with the cable car. And if you're comparing the photographs that you see from Chamonix against Katoomba and the Blue Mountains, You gotta give it to Geneva. So they're going to the third round. Fukuoka versus Beijing. 4. 7. 8. 9. 5. 2. 'In the final matchup of the second round, we have the second of 2 intracontinental matchups. The first one was 31 matchups ago, if you might remember. This time it's an all-Asian matchup between the number 5 overall seed Beijing, China, the final of the 7 Chinese cities here in the second round, against the final of the 2 Japanese cities, Fukuoka. Fun fact, if you're a fan of these 2 countries, this is the final Japanese city alive in the tournament taking on the final Chinese city alive in the tournament. So one of these countries is going to be completely eliminated. And we just saw India go down. So Asia's had a rough go of it in the Global Cities Tournament 2024. So let's get into this matchup. Rent cost versus purchasing power is the first category. The rent is 136.5% higher in Beijing. The purchasing power is only 23.4% higher. So Fukuoka, 1-0. Not Rick says the second category is the largest company headquartered in the city. That's going to be Best Denki, which makes 3.9 billion per year in Fukuoka, against State Grid. Yeah, that's the third largest company in the world, according to the Global 500, out in Beijing, 460.6 billion in revenue per year. We're tied at 1. Third category is the combined heights of the 3 tallest buildings. Fukuoka, that'll be the Center Marks Tower, the I Tower, and the Island Tower Sky Club. Building A, B, or C, they're all the same height. Total combined height, 446 meters. And then in Beijing, it's the China Zoom, and then China World Trade Center Tower 3, China World Trade Center Phase 3B, combined heights of 1,153 meters. Can the Chinese city survive in the third round? Fourth category is highest ranked university, Kyushu University, 349th in the world on the U.S. News Report, and Tsinghua University in 23rd place. Keeping China alive is Beijing, and you're going back to the third round. Oh, hey guys, GeoBrax here again. Just checking in on the meal we served you. Did you like what we cooked up? 5 matchups going to the 5th category in 1 episode? How about 4 different continents being represented in the third round for Quadrant 4? How about only 3 of the 8 seeded cities in Quadrant 4 surviving? How do we like that? Going forward, only 17 of the 32 seeds survived to the third round. So as we move from 40 cities to the final 32, at the conclusion of this episode, we're going to be looking forward. In order to look forward, you got to see how the bracket looks. So check out the link below, challenge.com/GCT24. If you want to follow along with the research done on every single individual category that Not Rick drew, it's the Discord linked below. And if you want to be notified of when the third round starts with episode 16, go ahead and subscribe. We'll be here waiting for you at episode 16 of the Global Cities Tournament 2024.